What's up, guys? Today it's Raven King
Yo,
and me, or I, however you say that. Today we'll be doing this 50 and just talking about some things that we would like to see in War Commander. Let's start off with sectors that are just old sectors where the game requires strategy.
oh yes, it's kind of like the Ark survival servers, as in there's primal servers that have nothing beyond steel, and it's something like that where it goes back to the time of no hover tanks, no operators, nothing like that. Like the most advanced
like
thing would
before
be
like before FAVs actually came out.
yes,
Because
kind of
when you
like
think
that.
about it, FAVs were the first no skill unit.
Yeah,
I remember watching my father play with his FAVs. He'd line them up in a line and say, go to the other side of the base.
yeah, just
Because they have the move and shoot tactics. They have the destroy everything in one shot. Well, not really one shot, but
but
it was a
just destroy.
swarm. It was a swarm attack.
Yeah, and
But I mean, as you see now, my unit there is taking all the damage in this base, and just everything. I'm just walking right through it with no skill, really.
I
I
guess some could
mean,
argue War Commander is a kind of no skill game, but in some ways it is. But when it first came out, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was insane.
and I want that thing dead because it's ruining my skills.
Hey, Viper.
Why'd the Viper run past? Okay, and so now my Liberators are about to get scrubbed, so let's not let them die. Liberators don't have very much repair cost, but why repair them when you don't have to?
That's all about that. And it just kind of goes back to the days of where Raptor was king, but killable.
Yeah, everything was killable. Every base has a combination.
Some are good against air, some are good against ground. There's no like super race.
Uh, Arguably there can be.
Can be, but you
With
still
the
break
right
through.
setups, right turrets in the right position.
With enough riflemen back then, you could get through the base no matter what. With enough riflemen, or whoever had the biggest army won, not the most time spent on one unit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my Jericho, yeah, it's a rank 10, but he's booty. And I'm okay with that. I don't really use him. I don't rely on him whatsoever.
He's still a good unit.
I mean, he is still a very good unit, don't get me wrong. Do I wish he was better? Yeah. Do I wish he could hit that hover tank right now? Yeah. Um,
That's just the whole. Kickside tries to balance the units when in
when
reality they don't. They just overpower every new unit.
Yeah, I mean, in
And the
reality,
next unit that comes out, it's just meant to overpower the last unit. It's just.
yeah, like my
Pyramid.
Jericho just got shreked.
I remember when he was powerful, and then they just came out with more units that were more powerful.
Actually, Jericho is still a really good unit. Don't
He's still
get me
good, don't get me
wrong.
wrong, but every time they come out with any new unit, it's just stronger than the last. That's all they're doing, and it's just kind of boring at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the only
Like,
reason why I play
like the
is just to kill
Cyclones.
time. Like my Cyclone could run through this base,
But
and
then they came out with units that were more powerful than the Cyclone.
nothing beats my hit and runs.
I mean, that almost did.
That did. That
Yeah.
just
It's
shreked
just
me.
the thing of they used to be king, and now they're feed for the chickens. And
Growler is still
you
king.
can't use. Yeah, he's pretty stuff, but you can still die fairly quickly if you're not careful.
Depends on what units I send him at.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like.
I mean, if I know my army like I know, if you know your army like I know my army, then everything. Excuse me.
Everything can be killed at this point, no matter what. But it's just.
I say a base combination now is what are you willing to lose? Is it worth what you lost? Is the 100 infam worth a day, 3 days of repair?
Like a day or that's the thing in my eyes. Like a couple hours is nothing.
Yeah,
Like 10 hours is nothing. to me. But I'm not a huge War Commander player, but I do play. It's a fun game. It's just like, I don't know, I've just been shying away from this. And plus, there's the whole pay to win aspect. I
Yeah,
hate I hate pay to wins, but it's also a free game.
I mean, they have to make money somehow, but they rip you through the rear to get their money.
I'm not a big fan of free to play games already.
And that Cyclone got shreked.
Yeah. Vipers are still not too bad. Like,
They're easy to kill now.
and then there's the whole thing of they always debuff.
Yeah, they
Yes.
nerfed the Liberators in the while doing Omega Titan bases. They totally nerfed the Liberators and made them complete booty.
They just make everything booty besides the new unit.
I mean, Juggernaut. Have you seen the Juggernaut in action yet?
Nah, not yet.
I mean, I've seen it, and it's just another high health tanking unit that requires absolutely no skill
Yes.
whatsoever.
There, might as well put Ruby on.
Yeah, I mean, Ruby has more skill than you do. If you're just gonna deploy it into a base and let it go do whatever it does, I mean, Ruby honestly has more skill at that point. But Ruby does not touch my units. I will not let her touch my units because my units are Bay.
I use Ruby quite a bit.
You have no skill.
Don't need any with this game.
It depends on what you're doing.
Well, I'm a low level, quote unquote lower level.
You're a scrub. That's why.
Yeah, it's just I don't want to put that much time and effort in a game where I always get one up just because someone who has more money, or just because someone's been here knows they just have better units. And that's the whole thing in this game. If you have more money in this game, you win no matter what.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I'm not a big fan of free-to-play games. But there are a couple that aren't pay-to-wins, which I do enjoy.
Wizard 101 isn't a pay to win.
I'm not a big fan of it. Like those kind of
Yeah,
games
I mean,
either.
it gets boring after you beat the game.
Well, it's a very grindy game that doesn't really pay out as much as I would want to. It's not very action-inducing, but it's it's not a bad game. It's just not a game I'm interested in.
Yeah, I mean,
And
so I honestly hope they throw in those beta servers like we talked about.
those primal servers.
Because if I could go back and I jump in there and I have two separate accounts, it's War Commander and then War Commander Primal, War Commander Beginning, just another War Commander where they go back. Yeah, if people hack, that's okay in the Primal servers. You're doing it for the strategy. I mean, I don't care if someone hacks. It's because
the thing is, if they're gonna do it, like do what Ark Survival does, have a primal server. But the thing is, whenever you log into that server, you start from scratch. You start at a level 0 or a level 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They make it a completely
but then
different game.
Then they should also upkeep their servers because it's still their servers. And if they neglect it, they neglect the players, which in turn turn them away from the game.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. If they're
But back when
allow
War
hacks.
Commander was a baby, like we're talking about now, hacking was a big part of the game.
Yes, because it actually made kids open their eyes.
Yes, but then again,
Their eyes are open.
okay, let's say someone sent Legion, 3 legions all using dubs, and magically my base defends it. Okay, what does that say about my base? A hacker attacked me, hacking his butt off, and lost himself. Yeah, he's able to repair it. Whip didn't do. Not that big of a deal. But if that's a normal player, he just took 8 days of repair.
Unless he just hacks heals, which he most likely will.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
The
is,
thing is, it's unfair. And
but there wouldn't be nerfed units. There wouldn't be Legion. There wouldn't be all these overpowered units that can just walk through your base. There would be rhinos.
the paladins, the
paladins,
the flamethrowers, the snipers, the armored guys.
And there wouldn't be these customized